Hello, this is Keith from Card Fight Club, and I'm here to show you my PK Fire deck. This is post-link, and this doesn't really affect it by the Duelist. I start off by playing 1 Cloven Helm and 3 Fragile Armor, because Fragile Armor adds consistency, and a discard 4 Phantom Knights, because most of the deck profiles use the BAs as the main thing, and Phantom Knights as the engine. I decided to take it the other way around. This is useful for getting back stuff if you've already used their effects that turn. And this, as I've said, is great for consistency and draw power and discard. Now we get to the level 3s. 3 Cloak, 3 Gloves, 3 Boots. Cloak because searchability, because I run decent amount of the traps. Gloves because getting stuff like Fragile Armor and Cloak Engrave is nice. And Boots because Boots. That and the searchability is nice. Now we do the Burning Abyss engine. 1 Torgood, 2 Fiendish Rhino, 1 Graph, 1 Curve. I don't care how it's pronounced. It's the way I'm saying it. Farfo, Scarm. I've done a fair amount of testing, and this appears to be the easiest. Basically, how do I put this?
So you defend your plan even though he...
That's aiming low.
It's easy to deck then, and it's easy to reuse depending what you have. Because there are times where this is all engrave, and I wish I played beginning of the end. But with the amount of milling, and these don't stay engraved very often. Or appear because... local meta is not fun. Now we play Spell Striker as my attack, because it helps with the one link monster we play, which is Deku. It's easy to get out 2 monsters because it's an Xyz based deck. Then it helps with the other Xyz and gets rid of BAs if you're really in that situation. Now we get to the spells. 1 Rhoda, 1 Burial, 1 Dark Hole. Self-explanatory. Played 2 Pot and 2 of the Rank Up, because we played Dark Requiem. And there's a few other options which I'll get to with the extra deck. And we play 3 Allure, because we have so many targets. And it just works. Because we like to fill Banner's Zone, because we have 2 Avers and a Burial. Now we get to the traps. Start off with the 1-ups. 1 Warning, 1 Lost Win. I'm thinking about bumping up Lost Win, but I'm not exactly sure to take out. And this deck is bricky at times. But due to the amount of shuffling you do in an average match, that should be fixed. 2 Fogblade, because I find 3 to be... Never really played test with 3, but 2 Stunny. Then it's easy to get rid of because of how much spell and trap removal. 2 Wings, because 3 is bricky and I like the ability to bump attack for game. Or just keeping stuff on field like a Dante. So that's happened. Now Vambrace, which is Cook's favorite card, because it disrupts plays, gets rid of some attack, and Phantom Knights cannot be destroyed that turn. It's really nice, gives you some access to level 2s, rank 2s. Then we have Magnet, because negating battle, and drawing 2 is nice. Because you either have a Fogblade on field, a Lonely Phantom Knight, or just this. And it's really nice. Then it gives you something to search. Now we get to the extra deck. I play 1 Pilgrim, 2 Traveler, 1 Beatrice, because this is pretty much standard for what I do. 2 Dante, because I usually end up making them both. And this in case Beatrice gets destroyed, leaves the field, whatever. Someone actually torrential attributed this card. Let's just say it plussed a lot that turn. That is why you don't run that card, because it is trash. Now we get to the fan rights. I play 1 Javelin. I rarely make it, but just in case you need it. 2 Breaksword. You may be asking why 2 Breaksword. You only usually make 1. But if you ever get the chance and you have nothing better to do, because this deck's really great in grind game, but unless it's very clearly a grind game, you're probably going to lose the grind game because you have no deck at some points. Then this one is really need a word, summonable from grave with the 2 Fogblade and Wings, and makes a perfect target for the rank up. I play 1 Ghost Trick Alucard and 1 Super Quantum. You may be asking what these are doing in here. They're more or less here to fill space from an older build from pre-Link, where I made these decently once per game. The reason why you play your Alucard is in case you make it with gloves and you don't have anything else to go into, and it gains an extra attack, which means it's 28. That's nice. And this was mainly from BAs, or if you already used gloves effect, or didn't have gloves on field, and you can just sit and wait for it. Because this deck doesn't have a whole lot of spell and trap removal in the main. We play 1 Cast Out, and one of, I'm not even going to pronounce it, Anti-Luminescent Knight, which is nice, don't ever really make it, but just in case. 2 Dark Rebellion, 1 Dark Requiem, 1 Decode Talker. Excuse me for a moment, this bothers me greatly from the way I've used on my extra deck setup. Now, ways you can improve upon the extra deck. So maybe screaming at me to play Leviavel. Not Leviavel, Leviair. Most never really played with it because I never had it. Never really needed it. Because usually if I'm making an Xyz, I can find another way to get the material on field. You can say, well, use it for the link. Chances of you making the link aren't exactly prevalent because you're most likely using your BAs. Like, say I have Dante. I somehow mill Graph off of Fiendish Rhino's effect. Crap, I never went over the BAs. I'll get back to that. It's nice if you can get 2 more on field and a link. Though some of you could say you could rather get a Beatrice. But, Beatrice I don't make that often. Now, ways to improve on the deck. These 2, and possibly this. You can take this out for an Ophinian, which is very useful. You could take this out for the Supreme King Servant variant, which is a nice attack, I will admit, which I don't have at this moment.
Not to try to interject, but that's because you can rank up through something like Breaksword with the rank up magic, right?
Yes. That is how you would do it. And I'm sorry if I'm backtracking through the BAs. This is my first deck profile. Tour Guide, because obvious Tour Guide. Fiendish Rhino, because it's Rhino, and for those of you who don't know, Rhino is basically a foolish burial for Fiends when he's sent to grave. Sadly, he's once per turn, so if you send one off Dante when detaching, and you mill another, you don't get the defect off twice. And, he's usually my usual target for Tour Guide. Then Graph, because obvious Graph. Kerr. Farfa. If you don't know what Farfa does, banish one opponent's monster until end of turn. Or is it just one monster? Yeah, just one monster. Doesn't have to be opponents, doesn't have to be anything. 2 Skarm, because searchability. Again, sorry if I'm backtracking, but some people don't know what BA is or what it does. Yes, you heard me correctly.
After how long it's been alive?
Well, it was part of the meta fairly consistently. But the time people entered, it wasn't really in the meta. It was more of a rogue deck. Especially when Zoo came about and True Kings. Dinos isn't as bad, but that's a discussion for another day.
And then side?
Side I don't really have a whole lot. I'll just show you. Some of you may be asking what this is. This is a proxy of the other Paleozoic Xyz, because I don't have it. And, these are just Paleos. Nothing more I can say. And I usually replace the entire BA engine, though you're going to need 2 more cards. I left the other 2 at home because the deck box gets really tight with double sleeve decks. 12 minutes. I'd just say throw whatever, really. Any negation or any grave-based effects would be nice as well. Yes, but you can use this to fake out your opponent. And Denkoseka is not fun against this deck. Never. I think that's it.
Well, I'm just going to show off the best part of the deck. No, wolf.
This is my thing to... I'll explain it right here.
Mark the center of the board.
Yeah, for where links are. Like I say, I put it here, and decodes here. That way your opponent, and it also declares the middle lane. That way, because columns are a thing. Because they couldn't leave Cyberdark Impact alone. And I think that's going to be it for today. See you people later.